Hi, everybody. It's Pete Tomasky, one half of the awesome team from Bully Finance, and we're here today to ask you, how you're monetizing that business degree. And my perspective answer is that it's tough, and it's certainly tough for a couple reasons, and we want to highlight those reasons really quickly, and then we'll tell you about our idea. Um, you know, Look, listen, the reason why it's tough to get a job, obviously, we've been sitting here. This video is April 2021, and you guys have been sitting taking classes online, no interaction. And so the whole college experience and the value of college is to pick up different perspectives, which is primarily the reason why we're introducing Bully Finance is to generate the perspectives about business that we think that the students are really missing. The fact is that you've been self-educating yourself, you've been sitting in your room, you haven't been in at school, and even if you're passively, sitting in class before the class starts or talking to your professor, trying to pick up things, you're in a common community of people who's interested in business, and at the end of the day, that's very tough to do if you're taking an online class and you shut off your computer. So that's first and foremost. Okay, we're in this new age. Secondarily, is the problem with the schools. The problem with the schools is a couple twofold. Is number one, there's way too many business degrees out there, and you might say, "Ooh, that's not a good thing." But if you look at the number of people that are getting business degrees or even college degrees compared to the 60s, what you're going to do is you're going to see there's a tremendous supply of nice talent out there, but the fact is that is the number of jobs developing at the rate to fill. And I'll just say something to you guys, and that is that if you look at how much a college degree was worth over the cost of the degree in the 60s and 70s, you might be able to say, hey, look, I'm paying 5,000 for tuition in the 60s, 10,000 in the 70s or 80s. I can easily go out and double that tuition, okay, out in the field once I get my degree. I'm going to be able to get a degree if tuition costs 10, I'm going to be able to easily go out and get a job for 20. My thought is today is that if you're paying $40,000 at a school for your education, I want to know how many of you guys are going out and getting that entry level position for 80K. This is a tough nut, right? So I don't think it's happening with the frequency it happened back in the past. So that's the second thing. Okay, the third reason is that if you look to see what were the entry level jobs out there, and again, everybody needs a place to start. However, in the United States, because a lot of the jobs are in the major cities and every firm now is focused on cost reduction, what happens is that those jobs are being outsourced, okay, to lower cost centers in the United States and even offshored. So, notwithstanding the fact that the jobs are moving away, here's the other part is that technology is reducing the need for those jobs at all. So, again, just making an example like, if you got a degree in accounting in the 70s or 80s, you could go be a bookkeeper or a financial record keeper or an analyst, okay, after you graduated, and that would allow you to get your foot in the door, spend a year or two, and then hopefully move up the ladder. At the end of the day, those jobs are being taken away by someone in a different country, but also too by Microsoft quick check books and stuff like that, where you have a general ledger of a firm attached to a spreadsheet and it automatically uploads. Okay, so where are these entry level jobs? So this is a problem. The solution for you, and as a reward for checking in on our video today, is that Bully Finance wants to design the answer, which is how do you gain perspective on the issues that's important in the business world. So Manny and myself are both seasoned. We're seasoned in finance. Both of us are fairly highly educated, and we currently work in New York City. We work in the financial sector. We work in the financial sector with the biggest banks in the world. And as a result of us being in the trenches when we were in New York, because here I'm sitting in my dining room for the same place I've done for the same 14 months that you guys have done, except I've already built my connections, right? The fact of the matter is that we do get to see what the firms are valuing in terms of what they want from their employees, right? And what I think is most important is I want to have someone across the table from me, whether they're younger, whether they're older, whatever they are, with a different view of the world. And to come in and we're looking at solving a business problem, and someone's going to be additive because they see the world in a different way. And if you're sitting back and you're self-educating yourself, if your professor is just a strict academician, and the academician is not every top academician is actually publishing them articles in the Journal of Finance, which is the benchmark journal for people that specialize in PhD finance. So the quiz question is if you're not leading on the cutting edge of your business research, what are you really doing? Okay, so where is your professor gaining their perspective about business, right? So this is a weakness. So Bully Finance, our idea is, look, we're going to start off with a course called Corporate Finance, right? Most of the corporate finance books, because I do teach in MBA programs in the evening, okay, most of these books are about the same. They all have the same basic structure. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a book apart, the series of books, and we're going to say, okay, this book, we're going to have 10 topics that we think that students should be able to talk about in the field about corporate finance. And we're going to put together a short lesson. I'm going to be doing this because I do the teaching, right? And then myself and Manny are going to sit there in another video. We're going to critique what it is that we just talked about. And Manny and I are very good professional friends, and we've worked together for a couple of years, not now. But the benefit of us working together is that we actually made the pair better because we would constantly be testing each other out, right? Tell me what you see. And Manny would come in and say, tell me what you see. And then our backgrounds would come together, and together we ended up developing a pretty good view on how a problem should be solved. So that's a huge benefit, right? And then what we're going to do is if then we're going to have open sessions that students that are interested, or people who's interested in Bully Finance, you can come in and we'll just have an open session, once a week, an hour, 2 hours, and we just like to talk, right? Let's talk business, right? So that's what we're all about. So come check us out on bullyfinance.com. Okay, this is going to be running in May, and we hope to see you there. All right, guys. Hey, listen, take care. And like Winston Churchill said, never go into a battle wits unarmed. And this is exactly what people are doing now. They're going out into the field and they're trying to get jobs, and your perspective is through PowerPoint slides with no interaction from the field, right? So we're going to try to close that gap. Take care, guys, and we'll hope to see you on bullyfinance.com. Bye.